Yo, good evening, everyone in the USA, all over the world, Canada, Long Island, aka Strong Island, plus the 5 spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, and Queens. I'm I'm your man G Money Stacks, aka Lonely Nomad, the misunderstood Lonely Nomad to be exact. YouTuber, host with the most, the unstoppable independent podcaster and rookie podcaster of Queens, New York. And you're now listening, tuning in, and rocking with the 18th episode of Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast. All right. The Sports Edition show where we talk trending topics in sports, especially, the sports in entertainment. You just name it though, man. We talk about athletes in baseball, basketball, you got football, tennis. Um, there's a chance in the future in this show that I am gonna actually cover bowling, pool, and of course the Olympics as far as like running track. Excuse me about that. Yeah, running tracks and stuff. Um, so with that being said, we are live and direct from StreamYard and including the YouTube, by the way, alongside with the Instagram live feed, which is by my side, which is basically a way for you to actually also tune in and also comment on the topics in the episodes and stuff like this. So if you see me in action on Instagram live on the Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast show page, feel free to say hi, especially, say something, you know what I'm saying? And by the way, don't forget to turn on your notifications on the gram too. So that way you don't miss a beat. And speaking of not missing a beat, you can also do the same with YouTube. Go to the YouTube channel page with the same name of the show, which is Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast, the Sports Edition show. Make sure you tap the noti bell so you can be reminded when the show goes in the air via live stream. Leave a like and a comment alongside with the episodes and topics that is discussed. Share the share the videos. Stay tuned for more video content, upcoming episodes, previous episodes, and of course, make sure you share the episodes, download your favorite episodes, tell a friend to another friend, and I will get to the audio streaming platforms on where you can actually listen. In case you guys miss any new and previous episodes, I got your back. So don't worry, I got you. All right. Now, as far as how I'm doing mentally, physically, and spiritually, you ask, I'm actually doing all right so far, man. I am in good spirits. Mentally, physically, and spiritually, I am in good spirits and stuff. Um, in today's episode, we have a lot to talk about in regards to the bad news of the MLB lockdown and some good news. You know what I mean? But we'll have to wait until after I cover certain stories and certain topics and stuff. So we're gonna get into a little thing that I like to call the hold on. Let me just get it. Let me just get the segment ready. This is what I like to call the bleacher side bleacher bar. All right, we're gonna make some noise for that one right there, though. And you guys probably know what it is, man. This is all about the trending topics, right? Of course it is. And first topic of this sports edition show is going to be about what went down with the former LA Angels employee found guilty of providing drugs that killed Tyler Skaggs. Oh lordy lord. Why did this have to come to this? This is crazy, man. So this is what happened. This is what's happened, and this took place last month. So let's get into this. Eric Prescott K, a former communications director for the Los Angeles Angels, was found guilty on Thursday of providing the drugs that led to the overdose death of pitcher Tyler Skaggs in 2019. K was convicted on one count of each of drug distribution resulting in death and drug conspiracy, the Associated Press reported. He faces up to life in prison when he is sentenced on June 28th. Kay served as the team's public relations contact on several away trips. The trip to Texas in 2019 was his first since returning from rehab, AP reported. He was later placed on leave shortly after Skaggs' death as he did not return to the team. Skaggs, age 27, young man, by the way, a youngin, was found unresponsive at a hotel in South Lake, Texas on July 1st, 2019, according to authorities. He was in Texas for the Angels series against the Texas Rangers. Skaggs was chosen by the Angels in 2009 draft and traded to the Arizona Diamondbacks. The Angels reacquired Skaggs for the 2014 season, and he has since posted a record of 25-32. The toxicology report, released by the Tarrant County Medical Examiner in 2019 says Skaggs' cause of death was a mixture of alcohol, fentanyl, and oxycodone intoxication, and that Skaggs essentially choked on his vomit while under the influence. Autopsy results revealed the presence of opioids and alcohol in his body, according to officials. And of course, in quote, this is a case. This case is a sober reminder. Fentanyl kills. Anyone who deals fentanyl, whether on the streets or out of a world famous baseball stadium, puts his or her buyers at risk. No one is immune from this deadly drug. U.S. Attorney Chad E. Meckham said in a statement to AP. Hang on a second. Yeah. Yeah, so record shows that during a search of Skaggs' phone, text messages from the day before his death suggested that he asked Kay to come by his hotel room with pills that late that evening. CNN reported. Um, The trial for the former Angels employee included testimony from 5 MLB players who said they received oxycodone pills from K during various times from 2017 to 2019. The AP reported. During those years, K was accused of supplying the pills to players while also using drugs himself. Court's documents showed. My question to this shit is, this is just ridiculous, man. Like, why do you have to give players fucking drugs like fentanyl and oxycontin or anything like that? Like, come on, man. And for some of the major players who actually are actually purchasing these drugs and all that other stuff, you don't fucking need it. Hold on. Let me say this again. For all the major league players out there that's actually kind of desperate to get that edge on as far as like trying to get things situated with how they play or mechanics, um whatever it is. You don't need fentanyl and oxycontin to do all these things. Like, this is why we've been hearing about the fentanyl crisis up in here, man. And it's not just with Michael K. Williams. It's happening to to people that you hear on the news all the time. Like, damn, like, can we stop giving out fentanyl as a fucking miracle drug just to make players feel better or anybody else feel better and all that other shit? Like, come on, man. Like, cut it out with this shit, man. Enough is enough. Like, this is not cute right here, man. It ain't cute. It's not cute at all, man. And it's like ridiculous. Like, why? And you wonder why your ass is butt hurt, man, from all this shit, man. And of course, when you take fentanyl and oxycontin, of course you're gonna end up falling flat on your face. Yeah. I'm playing these sound effects to prove a point, folks. I'm playing these sound effects to prove a fucking point, man. Like, you don't need fentanyl to do all of this extra shit if you're an athlete or whatever sport you're in. You don't need it. Okay? You don't fucking need that shit. Like, cut it out with the desperation for fentanyl and other drugs, man. Like, cut that shit out, man. For real. Oh my gosh, man. When was it? Oh, hold on. When was it even okay for people in general, not just athletes, but when was it okay for fucking idiots to be buying fentanyl, oxycontin, and all that other shit, man? I'll fucking wait, man. Never okay. Never fucking okay, man. Yeah. Yeah, let me just continue with this story, man, before I even get to the women's history month for Venus Williams. So I'm gonna get to that next. Um okay. One of the players, pitcher Matt Harvey, former Met, testified in court this week, admitting to cocaine use in both New York and California. Oh Lord. Oh my gosh, man. This is ridiculous. Like, really? Yeah. Harvey testified he had received oxycodone pills from Kay, but also admitted to obtaining them for Skaggs. CBS Sports reported. Currently, Harvey is unsigned after pitching for the Baltimore Orioles last season. In 2019, the MLB announced changes to its drug use and testing policies, removing marijuana from its drugs of abuse while adding mandatory tests for cocaine and opioids. Players who test positive for prohibited substances, which includes fentanyl and LSD, are elevated and prescribed a treatment plan. Those who don't obey the league's plan can be punished. The policy went into effect during spring training in 2020, which was 2 years ago. Yeah, so there you go, right there, man. You know what I'm saying? Um, Now because it's Women's History Month, um, I want to dedicate this month to a former tennis athlete, which has to do with hang on a second. If I could find it. Hang on a second though. If I could find yeah. Let's see. Hang on 1 minute, 1 second, folks. Hang on 1 second. Okay, here we go. So, so in honor of Women's History Month, I'm going to dedicate this because this is going to be all about women that's in sports, which is an honor to actually dedicate this show to. Because of Women's History Month, I'd like to acknowledge Venus Williams. I didn't get a chance to talk about her in the last episode because of time constraints. So here we go. Venus Ebony Star Williams, born June 17th, 1980, is an American professional tennis player, a former world number one in both singles and doubles. Williams is widely regarded as one of the all-time greats of the sport of tennis, along with excuse me, younger sister Serena Williams, which I talked about in the last episode. Um, she is credited with ushering in a new era of power and athleticism on the women's professional tennis tour. Of course, everybody probably knows her height already, so I'm not even gonna really get into all that stuff. Um, I'm not even gonna get into all that stuff. So anyway, um, we're gonna get into yeah, this is her biography. Hold on. So Williams has been ranked world number one by the Women's Tennis Association for a total of 19 weeks, 11, which includes 11 in singles and 8 in doubles. She first reached the number one ranking in singles on February 25th, 2002, becoming the first African American woman to do so in the open era, and the second all time since Althea Gibson. Yes, Althea Gibson. She became the world number one doubles for the first time on June 7th, 2010, alongside Serena, after the pair won their fourth consecutive Grand Slam doubles crown. Williams' 7 Grand Slam singles titles are tied for 12th on the all-time list and 8th on the Open era list, more than any other active female player except her sister. She has reached 16 Grand Slam finals, most recently at Wimbledon in 2017. Her 5 Wimbledon singles title tie her with 2 other women for 8th place on the all-time list. She is number 4 on the Open era list, behind the 9 titles of Martina um, Navratilova and the 7 of Serena Williams and Steffi Graf. From the 2000 Wimbledon Championships to the 2001 U.S. Open, Williams won 4 of the 6 Grand Slam singles tournament. At the 2021 Wimbledon Championships, Williams extended her record as the all-time leader, male or female, in Grand Slams played, with 90. With her run to the 2017 Wimbledon singles final, she broke the record for longest time between first and most recent Grand Slam singles finals appearance. Williams was twice um the season prize money leader in 2001 and 2017, and currently ranks second behind Serena in career prize money earned with over $41.8 million. She has also won 14 Grand Slam Williams doubles. No, excuse me, women's doubles titles, all with Serena Williams. The pair is unbeaten, which in other words, undefeated, folks. Um, in Grand Slams, yeah, Grand Slam doubles finals. Williams also had 2 mixed doubles titles. Okay, give me 1 second, folks. I need to take a sip of water before I stay with me. Okay. All right. So Williams has won 4 Olympic gold medals, one in singles and 3 in women's doubles with her sister, along with a silver medal in mixed doubles, tying her with Kathleen McKing Godfrey. Not the comedian, folks. I know what you're thinking. Not the comedian. Not the comedian. That's a whole different person for the most the most Olympic one no excuse me most Olympic medals won by a male or female tennis player in the history. At the 2000 Sydney Olympics, Williams became only the second player to win Olympic gold medals in both singles and doubles at one excuse me Olympic Games. After Helen Wills Moody. What kind of name is that? What kind of name is that, man? Anyway, at the 1924 Summer Olympics, um, she was followed by her sister in 2012. After winning silver in mixed doubles with Rajiv Ram at the 2016 Rio de Janeiro Olympics, Williams became the first tennis player to win a medal at 4 Olympic Games, as well as the first player in the Open era to win an Olympic medal in all 3 events: singles, doubles, mixed. She and Serena are also the only tennis players in history with 4 Olympic gold medals, as well as the only ones to win Olympic gold in the same event on 3 occasions. Wow. That's actually lit right there, man. That's very lit though, man. Yes, she, along with her and Serena, are the only open era female tennis players to win Olympic gold in both singles and doubles category. With 49 WTA singles titles, Williams trails only her sister Serena Williams among active players on the WTA tour with most singles titles. Along with her 22 WTA doubles titles and 2 mixed doubles titles, Venus' combined total of 73 WTA titles is also second among active players behind Serena. Her match, excuse me, her 35 match winning streak from the 2000 Wimbledon Championships to the 2000 um, generally ladies Lynn's tournament final is the longest since January 1st, 2000. She's also one of only 2 active WTA players to have reached the finals of all 4 Grand Slams, along with sister Serena. Okay. Yeah. Um Venus was born in Linwood, California, to Richard Williams and um Oracine Price. Her parents were apparent at the age of 7 when a professional local tennis player named Tony Chester spotted Williams and quickly identified her potential in the sport. The Williams family moved from Compton, California to West Palm Beach, Florida when she was 10, so that she and her sister Serena could attend the tennis academy of Rick Massey, who took notice of the sisters and who would provide additional coaching. He did not always agree with Wayne's father, but respected that he treated his daughters like kids, allowed them to be little girls. Richard stopped sending his daughters to national junior tennis tournaments when Williams was 11, since he um, wanted them to take take it slowly and focus on schoolwork. Another motivation was racial, as he had allegedly heard parents of the other players disparage the Williams sisters during tournaments. At that time, Williams held a 63-0 record on the United States Tennis Association Junior Tour and was ranked number one among the under 12 players in Southern California. In 1995, Richard pulled his daughters out of Massey's academy, and from then on took over all coaching at their homes. Woo! Okay, let's take a look at their playing styles. And sorry you're gonna hear my belly. I'm sorry. Hang on a second, folks. All right, we back. Playing style. Williams is an aggressive player with an all-court game. Due to her assertive playing styles, she typically um, accumulates large numbers of both winners and unforced errors. She possesses powerful ground strokes on both sides and is capable of hitting both her forehand and backhand flat. And with top spin, she is also adept at hitting her backhand with slice to slow down rallies and disrupt pace within rallies. Her serve is powerful, following her to serve numerous aces in any match. At the peak of her career, her first serve would average 113 miles per hour, um, and would frequently peak at 124 miles per hour. Her serve has slowed since then, averaging 107 miles per hour and peaking at 117 miles per hour. She possesses effective kick and slice serves, which she deploys as second serves, preventing opponents from scoring free points. Up to 2014, she held the record for the fastest serve on the WTA Tour, recorded at the 2007 US Open at 129 miles per hour. She likes to approach the net and finish points quickly. Her height at 6'1" and yeah, 6'1" in, of course, 1.85 meters, provides her with a long arm span, allowing her to reach any ball while positioned at the net. She has a complete repertoire of shots to perform at the net, allowing her to hit depth volleys with ease. Due to her all court game, Williams can hit winners from any position. In an exceptional tactical player with remarkable problem solving skills. She also plays with sheer power and aggression. She relies on defense infrequently, rarely hitting top shots and lobs, as her exceptional speed and court coverage allow her to hit with assertive power and strength from frequently defensive positions. Further strengths include her detailed and intricate footwork and supreme athleticism. She has been noted for her elegant style of play, and she prefers to play on fast grass, hard, and carpet courts. Hmm. Yeah, that's crazy. Um, obviously, she's been doing this for quite some time. She started she started since let me see. She started since the 90s actually. Professional debut 94 to 96. Early success 1997 to 1999. Debut Grand Slam singles final. 1988, first WTA singles title, entering the top 10, and first Grand Slam doubles titles. 1999, three-tier one title. And 2000 to 2002, Williams Sisters dominations. 2000 Olympic gold medals and first and second Grand Slam titles. 2001, third and fourth Grand Slam titles. 2002, world number one ranking and four consecutive Grand Slam singles finals. 2003 to 2006, injuries and losses. 2003 Australian Open and Wimbledon finals injuries. Sheesh. That's gotta suck though, man. Of course, 2005 third Wimbledon title. And what else? What else? Wrist injury and drop in the rankings. So 2007 to 2010, return to form and number two ranking. 2007 fourth Wimbledon title. 2008 fifth Wimbledon title, Tour Championships title, and Olympic gold in doubles. 2009 Wimbledon runner-up and four consecutive Grand Slam doubles titles. Let's see what else. 2010 number two singles ranking and number one doubles ranking. Yeah, 2011 to 2013 injuries and illness. 2011 I can't really pronounce this. I'm not trying to butcher this, but I think the S is silent, so I'm gonna try my best to pronounce this. This is Sjogren's syndrome diagnosis. Sheesh. Let me see. Whatever that is. I'm not even sure what that is, so I'm not even gonna get into too much of this. So anyway, 2012 comeback and Olympic gold record. Yes. I can actually let me get through all this. 2013 back injury. 2014 to 2017 resurgence and first Grand Slam final since 2009. 2014 ending title drought. Yeah, I'm not gonna read all this. I'm just gonna read the accomplishments that she's actually did. So 2016 Wimbledon semifinal, highest ranking since 2011, and Olympic medal tally. Also in 2017, Australian Open, Wimbledon, and Tour Championships finalists returned to the top five. And of course, 2018 to the present, dip in rankings, struggles. 2018, 1000 match, struggle with form to be exact. Sorry about that. Let's see. 2019 continued struggles out of top 50. 2020 dismal results, 3 Grand Slam first round exits, 1 match win out of top 75. 2021 out of the top 100, lowest ranking in 10 years, 90th Grand Slam appearance. Wow. Yeah. Now recognition right here is in 2005, Tennis Magazine ranked Williams as the 25th best player of the past 40 years. In June 2011, she was named one of the 30 legends of women's tennis, past, present, and future by Time. In March 2012, Tennis Channel aired a television series listing the 100 greatest players of all time, ranking Williams 22nd. In the series, Lindsay Davenport says, in quote, Venus had more power than any other player on tour. In 2018, Tennis Magazine ranked Williams as the 8th best female player of the Open era. In May 2020, both the Tennis Channel and Newsday ranked Williams as the 8th greatest female player of all time. Wow, let's see. Yes, and let me see. Um, career statistics. I'm not even gonna get into the statistics right there. Um, and this is okay. World Team Tennis. Williams has played 14 seasons of World Team Tennis, making her debut in 2000 with the Louis, excuse me, St. Louis Aces, playing a season with the Delaware Smash in 2005, 3 seasons with the Philadelphia Freedoms from 2006 to 2008, and 8 seasons with the Washington Castles in 2010 to 2015, 2017 to 2019. She has 5 King trophies, claiming her first with the Freedoms in 2006 and 4 trophies with the Castles in 2011, 2012, 2014, and 2015. She was also named the 2020, no, excuse me, 2012 WT final MVP for her efforts. It was announced she will be joining the Washington Castles during the 2020 WTT season set to begin July 12th at the Greenbrier. Now um her records and achievements. So the championship and most record accomplished stands alone. 1997 French Open to 2021 Wimbledon. Uh, most uh, most appearances 90 in Grand Slam singles. 1999 French Open, 2016 Wimbledon. First 14 Grand Slam doubles finals won with Serena Williams. Of course, 2012 French Open, 2003 Australian Open, 4 consecutive runner-up finishes stands alone. 2003, 2002 to 2003, 2002 French Open, 2003 Australian Open, 2002 to 2003, 4 consecutive runner-up finishes to the same player, Serena Williams, stands alone. Uh, let's see. Yeah, she got so many achievements actually. So um let's get to okay, so 2003 Australian Open, um 14 years between between first and the last final, 2003 to 2007, Chris Evert and Serena Williams. Let's see. 2000 Wimbledon, 20, 2017 Wimbledon. 17 years between first and last final from 2000 to 2017. Wimbledon, 2005 longest women's singles final, Lindsay Davenport. Wimbledon 2007, lowest ranked champion, 31st stands alone. Wimbledon 2007 um lowest seeded champion, 23rd stands alone. Yeah, 2008 Wimbledon, fastest served by a woman, 129 miles per hour, stands alone. US Open 2007, fastest served by a woman, 129 miles per hour, stands alone. Summer Olympics 2000 to 2012, 4 Olympic gold medals. Serena Williams, Summer Olympics 2000 to 2016, 5 Olympic finals, stands alone. Of course, wait, hold on. Serena Williams, yeah, I did mention Serena Williams right there. Summer Olympics 2000 to 2012, 3 doubles Olympic gold medals with Serena Williams. Of course, Serena Williams is included. Summer Olympics 2000 to 2016, most Olympic medals won by a male or female player. Of course, 5, which is Kathleen McCain Godfrey. Summer Olympics 2000 to 2016 has won an Olympic medal in all 3 events. Kathleen McCain Godfrey for singles, doubles, and mixed. Miami Open, 1998 to 2002, 22 consecutive singles matches won at this tournament. Steffi Graf. Yeah. Dubai Tennis Championships, 2009 to 2015, 16 consecutive singles matches won at this tournament. Dubai Tennis Championships, 2010 to 2014, 2 consecutive singles titles without dropping a set. Justine Henin. Let me see who she is. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna hold on a minute, man. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second, folks. Let me make sure that. All right. Yeah. Yes, here we go. Dubai Tennis Championships 2014, only unseeded player to have won in singles and as a wild card stands alone. Connecticut Open 1999 to 2002, 4 consecutive singles titles. Carolyn Wozniacki. Connecticut Open 1999 to 2000, 2 consecutive singles titles without dropping a set, stands alone. U.S. National Indoor Tennis Championships 1998 to 2007, most singles titles won at this tournament 3 times, stands alone. Southern California Open 1999 to 2002, 4 consecutive singles finals, Tracy Austin. And yeah. And that's so obviously Venus Williams won a lot of awards and stuff. So that's gonna really do it for the dedication to Women's History Month. Now let me see how much time I have. Okay, we good. All right, so that's gonna do for Women's History Month. Now we gotta go into before I even go into the baseball news, man. Let's get into a little bit of basketball. Man, this is very surprising. I mean, hold on. Let's make some noise for Serena Williams and her accomplishments, man. You know what I'm saying? All right, so our next topic has to do with the Brooklyn Nets. Of course, last month, they were ripped by the Wizards, and this is what's happening here. This is what's going on here, folks. So listen to this. This time there would be no miracle comeback for the Nets. No momentum building 3-game streak going into the All-Star break. A night after storming back for a stunning victory at the Garden, the Nets lost 117 to 103 to the woe-begone Wizards at Barclays Center. The Nets had lost last week in Washington and lost Thursday's rematch as well. How do you lose twice, man? That's crazy. How does that even happen, man? Oh my gosh. Oh man. Let's hope they're not worse than the Knicks, man, when they couldn't even win a championship. Actually, they won 2 championships, but it's like from the 1960s and 1970s. That's the last time they won a championship, man. Like oh shit. All right, man. All right, man. Let me just get hold on. Let me just get into this shit though, man. So the Nets had lost. Hold on a sec. Hold on a second. I don't know why this is acting up. Okay, hold on. Okay. What are you even? Okay. Hold on a minute. Okay, so the Nets had lost last week in Washington and lost Thursday's rematch as well. Watching the Wizards shred their defense and put 7 scores in double figures. They made some big shots. Um, um, Ish Smith made a bunch of shots down the stretch. They made, we missed. It was just a tough night, Coach Steve Nash said. The guys worked really hard. James Johnson was a big miss for us. The one guy that can really create separation off the dribble and facilitate offense for us. We just couldn't really get enough going offensively, paint touches and spraying the ball around and getting cleaner looks. We were just really small as well. They worked their butts off, but probably a little fatigued and a little shorthanded. Of course, the Nets record is 31-28, fell 2.5 games behind sixth place Boston in the play in race, and two behind seventh place Toronto. Sheesh. They also got out hustled by the Wizards and blew a chance to go into the break on a 3-game winning streak. Still, having looked um reinvigorated after the Ben Simmons James Harden trade. And with both Simmons and Kevin Durant expected to play at some point after the break, the Nets seem positive. We all came here to win a championship this year, and for us to truly believe that and understand that is where we're at. Patty Mills said, "It'll take everyone in the locker room, all the coaches and all the coach staff, the staff, everyone in this organization to buy into what we're trying to do here to be able to get this thing done this year. We're in a very hungry place right now. The locker room is as strong as it's ever been this season. And coming back from an all-star break, we all have players coming back from injury, and it's just going to take this thing to another level. But the key here is understanding the end goal and what it's going to take to get there. And it's going to take all of us, to be exact. Every every single person in this organization. And that's the belief. That's the belief I know is there. Mills had a game high 22 points, and rookie Cam Thomas added 20 off the bench. But the Nets let Washington carve them up for 55.4% shooting and 12 for 24 from 3-point range. Jeez. Yeah. Yeah, that part too, man. The Nets left 51-46 after Steph Curry 12 points, 4 assists, found Javon Carter for a three-pointer with 3:26 left in the first half. But the Nets missed 14 straight shots and committed 3 turnovers in an extended 18-zip run that spanned intermission. It flipped a 5-point cushion into a 13-point deficit. Wizards still led 67-55 after Daniel Gafford free throw with 6:54 left before the Nets started to dig themselves back out. Brooklyn answered with a 21-6 run, including the final 8 unanswered points to add ahead. And trailing 73-78, no, excuse me, 68 after a foul shot by Washington's Rue Hachimura, T high 20 points. The Nets reeled off an 8-zip spurt capped by Carter's pull up three pointer. That broke a deadlock and gave the Nets a 76-73 lead, and it was knotted after 3 quarters. But a wretched start to the fourth, and with discombobulated offense on one end and blown defense assignments on the other, led to the Nets conceding a 10-2 run to open the final period. Nash called a timeout with the Nets down 86-80 with 10:24 to play, but the damage was done. A Hachimura tip in left the Nets trailing by 8 with 9:35 to play, and they never recovered. We're excited, Nash said. We have 23 games to come together as a team. Kevin returning, Ben returning. Hopefully, we have a good run of health where we can really build something in a short period of time and get a better seed and also more cohesions going into the playoffs. All right. All right, so we're gonna go into some we're gonna go into some good news and bad news with the baseball season. But let's talk about the whole bad news thing, man. Let's talk about the whole bad news thing. You know what I mean? Hold on. So, um, all right, so let me just give you the rundown on what went down the past couple of weeks and of course months and stuff, right? Obviously everybody was mad at Rob Rob Manfred and the team owners for canceling 2 games and stuff. So this is what went down. Um the passing of the Super Bowl has helped usher in the new arrival of the MLB season. An unofficial handoff from taking off the shoulder pads to putting on ball caps, pitches, and catches report in February, just as the final 2 NFL teams are ending their campaigns. Um, that has not been the case in 2022. Spring training facilities in Arizona and Florida remain empty, and players' profiles on the league's website continues to be blank heads as owners and players association reps remain dug in during what Commissioner Rob Manfred calls a defensive lockout. The lockout that started December 2nd remains in place, and until it is over, the start date for the MLB season will remain up in the air. Sporting News is tracking the latest on the lockout that is keeping MLB players off the field in 2022. Of course, this is the bad news. I'm actually gonna handle the good news next, so don't you worry about that. Um, so MLB lockout news and updates. The players offer a new deal to the league, this time offering an implement this time offering to implement a pitch clock, banning shifts, and also wanting no robo umpires for the 2022 and 2023 seasons. The league says that the deal was a step back, so no deal, and the two sides will continue to talk, hopefully. Oh boy. Yeah. So this is according to John Heyman from Twitter. Players Union agreed to allow MLB to ban shifts, implement a pitch clock, and make bases larger in 2023. Uh, Subject to those agreements fitting into a total deal. Union also rejected robo umps for 22 to 23. MLB goal to be able to streamline the process and add excitement to the game. Um, yeah, and Evan Drellich he says in quote on Twitter, we were hoping to see some movement in our direction to give us additional flexibility and get a deal done quickly. The Players Association chose to come back to us with a proposal that was worse than Monday night and was not designed to move the process forward. Manfred pens a letter to baseball fans claiming the league did their best to try and avoid canceling games. March 1st, 5:13 p.m. During his press conference, Commissioner Rob Manfred said he is canceling the first two series of the regular season. He also said that since MLBPA is headed back to New York, the two sides will not be able to reach an agreement until at least Thursday. He said the games will not be made up and the players will not be paid for those canceled games. Manfred also said the offer that was on the table was not the last best and final offer, and that it was just the best offer the league would propose before the deadline. Manfred has said that the CBT increases proposed by MLB were in line with previous agreements, and he felt the rest of the offer had major benefits for the fans and players. He also said the league has faced difficult financial times over the past 5 years, citing the pandemic as actually the slamdemic as part of the reason of for the economic difficulty. As reporters quickly pointed out, MLB made a record $11 billion in revenue in 2019. Manfred was asked about why MLB locked out the players and then waited 43 days before returning to the bargaining table. He said the reason was the last 10 days where they had deep negotiations. Um, Not long after Manfred's press conference, MLBPA issued the following statement, and this is what they said on Twitter. Rob Manfred and MLB owners have canceled the start of the season. Players and fans around the world who love baseball are disgusted, but sadly not surprised. From the beginning of these negotiations, players' objectives have been consistent to promote competition, provide fair compensation for young players, and to uphold the integrity of our market system. Against the backup of growing revenues and record profits, we are seeking nothing more than a fair agreement. What Rob Manfred characterized as a defensive lockout is, in fact, the culmination of a decades-long attempt by owners to break our players' fraternity. As in the past, this effort will fail. We are united and committed to negotiating a fair deal that will improve the sport for players, fans, and everyone who loves our game. Um, and yeah, and there's more talk on Twitter too. This is also the bad news story, folks. So, let me just continue this. So Evan Drellich, on the league minimum salary, MLBPA's latest offer starts at $725,000 with increases of $20,000 in first few years of deal. a source said. Then a different increase later. MLB has offered $675,000 with $10,000 increases the offer made yesterday. MLB's best final offer before pulling down games per MLB PA official. Pre-ARP bonus pool of $30 million, up $5 million from before. No change on CBT thresholds. Minimum salary starting at $700K, going to $740 K. By the way, K stands for thousands. Over the course of deal. PA starts $725K. By comparison, the MLBPA most recently called for CBT thresholds of $238 million in 2022, $244 million in 2023, $250 million in 2024, $256 million in 2025, and $263 million in 2026. Meaning MLB's offer for the final year would not even meet the first year in the player's proposal. The difference in the pre-arbitration pool between the two sides is $30 million by MLB compared to $85 million by MLB PA, a gap of $55 million. Let's see. Unsurprisingly, this has led to the MLB PA reps unanimously rejecting the offer per ESPN's Jeff Passan. So that's crazy, man. So MLB PA player leaders agreed unanimously not to accept MLB's final proposal, and there will be no deal on a new collective bargaining agreement before MLB's 5 p.m. Eastern deadline, sources tell ESPN. MLB has threatened to cancel its March 31st opening day without a new deal. An MLB official had told the Athletics, Evan Drellich, that the two sides felt close Monday night, but the MLB PA took a different tone Tuesday. Unions officials responded that they have been consistent throughout and that the two sides have remained far apart on important details. Giant left-hander Alex Wood agreed with that sentiment. He says um MLB has pumped to the media last night and today that there's momentum toward a deal, now saying that the players' tone has changed. So if a deal isn't done today, it's our fault. This isn't a coincidence. We've had the same tone all along. We just want a fair deal to play ball. So March 1st, 7:14 a.m. Eastern, USA Today Sports Bob Nightingale reports that the 5 p.m. Eastern deadline to agree to a new CBA is a hard deadline. If the two sides do not strike a new deal before then, MLB will cancel regular season games. March 1st, 2:35 a.m. Eastern, MLB and the MLBPA concluded 16 hours of meetings without a deal. However, the two sides agreed to extend the soft deadline of February 28th to March 1st at 5 p.m. Eastern per ESPN's Jeff Passan. They will return to negotiation table Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern in the hopes of agreeing to a new CBA. We made progress, a league spokesman said. We want to exhaust every possibility to get a deal done. And then February 28th, 11:45 p.m., 11 meetings later, there may be some progress. And Bob Nightingale said on Twitter, so there will be a 12-team postseason pool, and the owners have agreed to have similar luxury tax penalties as the last CBA. Significant progress has been made in these 15 hours of talks, but several hurdles still need to be resolved before a deal can be consummated before breakfast. Um, Reminder: no agreement can be reached without the approval of from 23 of the 30 ownership groups. The luxury tax threshold, which was $200 million last year, still remains an issue. And out of all these things, the deal wasn't made. Yada yada yada. So basically, to summarize this has basically been going on since December, and yes, this has to do. Let me just put myself on screen. Yes, this has to do with money. Yes, and of course, there's two sides to the story. Yes, that part that I agree with, though. But you mean to tell me, and all the fans out there in New York, and all these other people all around the world that's watching baseball games and stuff like that, to take 99 days to reach a damn decision? Are you fucking kidding me? 99 days and you cancel 2 weeks of baseball? You out of your damn mind. You out of your fucking damn mind. And I'm gonna actually bring up a former Met, Marcus Stroman. He said on Twitter that Manfred doesn't care about the fans and the people as far as, like, the commentators, the correspondents who reports on the games and the insights on athletes, as far as, like, the story of the injuries and all that other stuff. It He's right. Marcus Stroman is right, though. Like, why? Like, why are we acting like that we're surprised by all this shit? The last time this strike was happening was, like, between 94 and 1995. That that right there is crazy to me, man. And by the way, man, I actually made a point on a Instagram live feed on the homie Scorpio P's the Breakman Sports podcast YouTube, no, not YouTube, but Instagram live feed. And I was basically saying that just because you just because you are owners of a fucking team franchise or whatever does not fucking mean you could put everybody's fucking jobs in fucking jeopardy just because of stupid ass politics. Like, come on. People don't want to hear about fucking politics every day, about fucking what's going on all around the world and all the other shit. Nobody wants to fucking hear that shit, man. Like seriously. And I feel like sometimes they need to get this shit together, man. You know what I'm saying? They need to get this shit together. And I get the fact that players need to get paid. That part is reasonable. But you gotta think about not only the fans, but you gotta think about the people in the concession stands in charge of food and beverages. You gotta think about the people who work in SNY, the Yeses, the ESPNs, all these other cable channels and stuff like that that reports and talks about the teams and athleticisms and all that other stuff. We need entertainment like this, man. Baseball is part of it's part of entertainment and it's part of the economy. What the hell are you taking 99 days? Hold on. Let's look up how many months it takes for it to be 99 days. Let me look this up, man. Hold on, man. Hold on, folks. Let me just break this down to you. Let's see. How many months is 99 days? Okay. Now, what the hell? Wait a second. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, man. Wait a minute here. Are you serious? Are you fucking serious? Like what the hell? 99 days is 3.255 months. What? Nah, that can't be right. Hold on. Hold on. Cause that's not wait a minute here, man. Cause they okay, so the lockdown started in December. So if it started in December, it continued to January, and it continued to February, and then now we in March. This hold on. Let me see if I can get so okay, so how many um how many days is 4 months? How many days is 4.5 months? Let's just 4.5 months. How many days is 4.5 months? Hold on, let me just rephrase this. How many months? Hold on. How many? Wait, how many? Just give me. I have to really get a better understanding of how this turns out to be 99 days. So just give me. Uh, how many days is 4 months? Let's see. How many days is 4.5 months? Let's see. Um, hold on. How many days is? Hang on a minute here. 4.5 months. How many days is that? What the hell? Wait. I'm really having a hard time with this though, man. Like 99 days? Like that's crazy. Hold on a minute here. So let's so wait a minute here. Wait a minute here. I'm not really sure about this answer, but let me see. Hold on a minute, man. This is not making any sense. This is not making no sense at all. Hold on a minute. 99 days to months. Gee. Oh my gosh. Hold up. How many months is. Wait, months and weeks is 99 days? Wait. Wait a minute. This is. Oh, I see what this is. Anyway, man. Hold on. Anyway, man. Now, let me set up the good news part though, man, in terms of what's going on with MLB. I'm gonna set up the good news part. So let me just get to this though. Um all right, so obviously, um enough about the bad news part already. Let's talk about the good news part of MLB, shall we? So obviously, obviously, um obviously the MLB lockout is no longer happening anymore. And we have two official dates. First, let's do a little drum roll on the spring training date and the official date of the regular baseball season. So drum roll please. All right, so the official day of spring training is March 19th, which is a Saturday. which is a Saturday. And the regular season is April 14th. How about that? Make some noise for this shit. And we gotta get some explosions in here too. All right. So we're gonna get into a little something something. Uh I was not even expecting this, man. This I was not even expecting this, man. This is this is very interesting to me, man. And I'm very happy that baseball is back though, man. And I have the story to actually talk about this too. So let me get some shots in here. And and of course, a round of applause for finally reaching a damn motherfucking decision on on the player's salary and everything else, man. Come on. Yeah, it's been gone way too long, man. So I'm actually happy that baseball is back, man. So you know what I mean. So one more time for some noise, man. And you know the rest, though, man. So here's some good news about this right there, man. According to the story that I'm about to get into. So check this out, folks. Um. All right. So the 2022 MLB lockout is over, according to fanbuzz.com. The MLB Players Association and MLB ownership have finally come to an agreement, and the 2022 MLB season has been saved. Yes, it has. We will have baseball in 2022. It seemed like both sides were slowly picking up traction in Florida, and baseball fans everywhere were beginning to heat up the free agency hot stove. Sure, hot stove session is typically sandwiched between the winter meetings and pitchers and catchers reporting. This year, the MLB lockout got in the way. So rather than a prolonged hot stove, we're getting more of a microwave. How exciting is that? That being said, with things hitting light speed after the MLBPA, MLB ownership successfully ended their collective bargaining agreement talks, it's time to get ready for some action. Let's look up the top free agents still available and where they might be suiting up in 2022 now that the lockout is over. First off, Freddie Freeman. We already know that the Atlanta Braves offered the face of their franchise a deal worth $135 million over the 5 years. Hmm. Yeah, that's pretty interesting right there, man. Atlanta's original proposal mirrors the extension inked by Paul Goldschmidt and the Cardinals in 2019. Still, it fails to consider what Freeman brings to Cobb County. After months of speculations, it seems like Atlanta may be looking for other options at first base. On the other hand, Freeman will have numerous suitors knocking on his door and should be able to get the 6 year deal he reportedly wants from any of those teams. But which team is the best fit for the World Series champion first baseman? The New York Yankees have an opening at first base after letting Anthony Rizzo walked last season. The Yankees certainly can pay for Freeman and will need as much firepower as they can get in the high octane AL East. That being said, it's possible Freeman could opt for a franchise on the upswing rather than one trying to stay afloat. The Texas Rangers have made huge splashes earlier in free agency, signing Marcus Semien and Corey Seager to monster deals. Suppose Freeman wants another shot at bringing a World Series to a fan base who desperately wants one. In that case, Arlington could be his next home, or maybe it's the Tampa Bay Rays. At this point, it's anyone's guesses. Chris Bryant, just going to come right out and say it. Chris Bryant should stay on the San Francisco Giants. Having Bryant gives the Giants lineup versatility and solves both short-term and long-term issues. Former Tampa Bay Rays legend Evan Longoria is heading into his 15th MLB season. By the end, he'll be blowing out 36 candles on his birthday. In 2023, the Giants have a $13 million team option from Longoria, or they could buy him out for $5 million. A 37-year-old third baseman making $13 million doesn't seem like a prudent move for the Giants, which is why Bryant would make sense in the long term. Short term, Bryant can hit in the DH spot, play third base, flies, in the outfield, and could even man first base if Brandon Belt needs time off. Think of Bryant as a much better Wilmer Flores, except he's faster and more agile than Flores. Over his entire career, Bryant has been used as a Swiss Army knife to make Joe Madden, and David Ross game plans work. Swiss Army knife. Oh man. I like that metaphor they put in there, man. But anyway, man, yeah, other options like the Dodgers, Blue Jays, or even the Mets don't make as much sense as staying in the Bay Area. Now's the time for Bryant to use that experience to restart the Giants' even year dominance. In 2021, the Giants' late season push came with help from Bryant and kept them a serious contender in the National League. After all the talk surrounding Bryant's services time and future free agency over the last 6 years, it's odd that it's come to such a no-brainer conclusion. Seriously, give Bryant a 3-year deal and watch him rake for San Francisco. Clayton Kershaw, another Dodgers starter, made headlines this offseason when Max Scherzer inked a 3-year deal with the New York Mets, but the Dodgers may be in danger of losing another ace before opening day. The soon-to-be first ballot Hall of Famer Clayton Kershaw still doesn't have a contract for next season, and now that Kershaw has his World Series ring, it may be time to move on from Chavez on Ravine and chase another form of career defining glory. And an easy move for Kershaw is to keep his home address but change his commute. The Angels are on a long term course to get Mike Trout and Ring, and Kershaw can be a fantastic addition to their efforts. As it stands now, the Angels' rotation includes Shohei Otani, Noah Syndergaard, who is coming off Tommy John surgery, and young guns like Griffin Canning, Jamie Borea, Patrick Sandoval, and Jose Suarez. Adding a veteran arm with postseason experience could be a big move for the Angels as they continue their quest to not waste their time, their generational talent in center field. Kyle Schwartz, Kyle Schwartz, Schwartzberg Um, let's keep it simple. Kyle Schwartzberg has become a folk hero in two cities thanks to some insane postseason heroics at the plate. As a member of the Cubs in 2016, Schwartzberg helped the Cubs win their first ring in since 1908. As a member of the Red Sox, Schwartzberg almost made Bostonians asked the question, Big Poppy who? And while a reunion with the Red Sox is definitely in the cards, the Universal DH may see Schwartzberg return to the National League. The National League will benefit from the universal DH in more ways than one. Some teams are constructed for the new rule to take an instant effect. Some teams, like the Mets, lost out on an offensive bat when the league returned to their old rules following the shortened 2020 season. Other teams, like the Dodgers, have built their rosters for daily versatility, and the addition of a designated hitter may only add to their threatening offense. Schwarzberg can now make an immediate impact wherever he goes in the National League. The St. Louis Cardinals seem like a logical fit for Schwarzberg in 2022. Not only is he familiar with the division, but he's also a return to their old tradition of having a slugger in the lineup, despite that player's glove being relatively useless. Schwarzberg's bat as a supplement to an already stacked middle um, of the order in Missouri may spell disaster for the rest of the NL Central. Praise to Praise be to the new CBA. It's given the National League more power. Um, hang on for 1 second, folks. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Matt Olson. Let's not beat around the bush here. If Matt Olson or Freddie Freeman doesn't end up wearing pinstripes, then Brian Cashman needs to be fired from the Yankees organization. The Yanks have had a hole at first base for the last few seasons, using a rotating group of the same guys to plug the hole, but not stop the dam from breaking. Yeah, these fucking metaphors is crazy, man. I'm sorry. Um, in the last 5 seasons, the Yankees have had one player play half of their games at first, with Luke Voigt handling the other hot corner for 83 games in 2019. Beyond Voigt, Greg Berg is second with 74 games in 2018, and Chris Carter and DJ LeMahieu are rounding out the list of players with 50 plus games at first base over the last 5 seasons. That's not ideal for any team, let alone the New York Yankees. Matt Olson um offers consistency to New York, something they desperately need. In any other offseason, Carlos Carrera is the top free agent. In 2022, Carrera is one of the many top-notch shortstops who have been in the news for hunting big deals. Carrera seemed in no rush to decide early on. The former World Series champ took meetings with potential suitors as others finalized deals. As the offseason continues, um, thanks to the MLB lockout, Carrera's value didn't decrease. But the amount of money he may command is. The Tigers seem to be an excellent fit for Carrera, who would be reuniting with his former manager AJ Hinch in Detroit. However, with the Tigers signing of Avi Baez. It's unclear whether they'll keep El Mago at short or move him to second to land a big name free agent. If the Tigers can land Trevor Story, that will most likely happen. Um, um, all right, I'm not gonna let me skip to the whole Michael Conforto thing. Michael Conforto has been a New York Met for the last 8 seasons and has seemingly ticked all of the boxes to become the next face of the New York Mets franchise following the retirement of David Wright. Conforto was one of the last remaining of vestiges of the 2015 World Series team that has since been broken down and scattered throughout the league and beyond. But after a tumultuous 2021 season, Conforto rejected the Mets qualifying offer to see what kinds of offers he could receive on the free agent market. As it stands now, Conforto may be wishing for a Marvel S time machine so he could go back and accept the Mets qualifying offer. The lockout has shrunk considerably in the last few months. The lockout kept the hot stove cold, and the average annual salary Conforto could demand has also shrunk. If Conforto does get a multi-year deal, it will most likely come an with double AV under what the Mets offered. The team he'd be signing with would forfeit a draft pick for a player hoping to return to their all-star status. Conforto took a big gamble by turning down the Mets qualifying offer and is now looking for a team willing to take the same odds on his bounce back. If he's willing to sign a short-term deal with a team in the upcoming weeks, Conforto might have some suitors. Rebuilding teams such as Colorado or Arizona could take a chance on Conforto and at least make an effort to put some butts in seats. The Washington Nationals, who fielded a quadruple A squad after the 2021 trade deadline, could certainly use the former Mets services. Even the Cubs, who added um, ex-Met hurler Marcus Stroman, could land Conforto on a team-friendly deal. But that's the rub, isn't it? The deals Conforto may have to choose from won't be the high dollar figures he's hoping for. If he can stomach that financial hit, it could pay dividends in the few years when he can cash in on his realized potential. Yeah, hold on a minute. And of course, the Trevor Story thing. It feels like we've been discussing Trevor Story's free agency for the last decade. In reality, it only been a year since Trevor Story's next career stop after Colorado has been a question mark. Once the Rockies dealt Nolan Arenado to the Cardinals in one of the worst deals in MLB history, the Colorado shortstop began to gain interest. But where will he end up? Rather than look at his prospective teams who could use his talents, let's look at who will need to replace a missing piece. The Astros appear to be flirting with a future that doesn't have Carlos Correa in it, which may be enough to land Trevor Story. Story would make a fantastic addition to an already postseason caliber team after playing with a bipolar oh shit, Colorado Rockies team. Oh man. Hold on. Who just came in the building? Hold on. The Premier Boys podcast, man. Welcome. Um, yeah, this is some crazy interesting stories that I'm actually reading with right now. So anyway, man. The continuation of the yes. Um of course, where was I? Where was I? Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, no, I read that part. Okay, rather than looking at okay, they could use it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Rather than look at his prospective teams who could use his talents, let's look at who will need to replace a missing piece. The Astros appear to be flirting with a future that doesn't have Carlos Correa in it, which may be enough to land Trevor Story. Story would make a fantastic addition to him. Yeah, to an addition to an already postseason caliber team after playing with a bipolar Colorado Rockies team for the first piece of his career. However, if Carrera reunites with Houston, that door closes. But if Carrera returns to Houston, the team he been linked to over the past few months become a viable option for a Story. The Detroit Tigers are on the verge of waking from their long hibernation, and one of the most highly regarded prospect lineups of the last few years. The Tigers may make a move for Story to shore up their infield that already touts Avi Baez. Yes, this would be a lateral move from the middling Rockies team he's played for in the past. Story can be the centerpiece of this offense and help bring one of the oldest franchises in the game back to the fall classic. All right. All right. All right. So check this out, man. Um, that's gonna do it for episode 18, and that's been a good news. For That's been a good news of the Major League Baseball, which the episode is called the MLB Relief. Um, I'm actually happy that they came back and stuff. So listen, you guys can show some love by making a charitable donation through my Cash App, which is $ G Money Stacks 555, and and it's spelled $ capital G lowercase MONEY capital STACKZ 555. Once again, it's not about bringing the bank. It's all about doing what you can as a human being. On whatever amount you're comfortable with will be appreciated. So there you go, right there. Um, and now um we're gonna go to a little thing that I like to call. I'm gonna do a little quick thing, man, for podcast free game mechanism segment right here, man. So I'm gonna cue some chimes real quick. And of course, this is where I inform you guys who are interested in making a podcast and what type of equipments that you need and stuff like that. I'm also here to inform you that if you're gonna if you have a unique name, don't worry about the people who's going to like it or not. And also, what's important when it comes to recording podcast episodes and stuff like that, you also want to you also want to make sure that you have something to drink with you, because it's very important that you not only stay hydrated, but you can have your water, you can have your Gatorade, of course, that'll give you electrolytes, energy, and strength and stuff like that, so you don't dehydrate while you're on air. So there you go, right there. And of course, you need a lap. Excuse me, you need headphones. Of course, you need microphones. Now, like I said, it doesn't have to be anything too expensive. It could be a Yeti. It could be an Voxcon A800 model that I'm using right now. You can find microphones at Target, Best Buy, Amazon, and Walmart. So there you go, right there. And of course, StreamYard, the software that I use to connect my 3 YouTube channels and stuff like that. It will be, it will be, and it also includes your Twitch, LinkedIn, which I don't use, and Facebook, and of course YouTube is what I use as well. So there you go. Um anyway, you also need a laptop or a computer for your live streams for YouTube, which is also important as well. So there you go, right there. So there you go, right there, though. Now, I'm not gonna stay on this segment for too long because I want to get out of here to catch the Simpsons. So here we go, right here. This is what you call the cartoon character. No, excuse me. The segment is stream choices on the go. And you can follow me on 17 Live at G Money Stacks Queens, New York. And also follow this show right here, Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast, on Instagram, alongside with Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast, and along with my number one show that's with 126 episodes already in the books. Off the Meat Rack Chains New York podcast, which is on Facebook and Instagram. And of course, you can follow me on the gram, which is G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York, on as well. And turn on your notifications on the gram too. Don't forget so you don't miss me in action. And if you want to watch me in action, and of course, watch me on Instagram Live on the podcast show page. And please make sure you say hi, say something. Make sure you basically, comment on the topics that we just talked about today, and make sure your feedback is important too. You know what I'm saying? I didn't leave any the listeners out there out though, man. So that's your opportunity to actually, comment on the topics and stuff like that. So there you go, right there. I am going to actually remind you guys, the listeners out there, you guys have an opportunity to actually send a voice message, questions for me, um, your thoughts and talks by expressing yourself on how you feel about the topics that was discussed and stuff like that. How you feel about baseball returning based on the fucking 99 days thing, which was too long, by the way. And I'm actually going to actually get into where you can actually listen to the podcast episodes as well. So um so so a little quick thing where you can listen to the episodes. You can listen to the episodes on Anchor. Of course, that's where you can have the opportunity to actually see the word message on the podcast page on there. When you go on Linktree/Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast, you're gonna see the name of the show and a voicemail message. So you click on there, you click on message, you record your voices, and you record questions. You express yourself with your thoughts and talks of what you thought about the topics and stuff like that. So there you go, right there. You're gonna and speaking of Anchor, you can also listen to the episodes on Anchor, Audible, Audacity, Amazon Music, Breaker, Castbox FM, Deezer, Listen Notes, Moon FM Podcast, Player FM, Pocket Cast, Podfriend, Podorama, Podopolo, Podcast Addict, Podcast Index, Podchaser, Podverse, Reason FM, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio. Don't forget to give a 5-star rating on Podchaser, Podfriend, and Spotify. That will be appreciated right there. And you can listen to the episodes of Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast, Sports Edition show episodes on Google Podcasts, Radio Public, iHeartRadio, the number one app for music, radio, and podcast. And last but not least, the YouTube. What you waiting for? Go ahead and grab the subscribe button on the YouTube. Make sure you press the noti bell so you can be reminded on when the show goes on the air via live stream. Leave a like and a comment along with the episodes and topics that was discussed today, and what you like about the episodes, what you like about today's episode. 18 titled MLB Relief. And of course, stay tuned for more upcoming episodes, more video content, previous episodes. Share the episodes, share the videos, download your favorite episodes, tell a friend to another friend, and also don't forget to share the episodes, and also spread the word to your friends, your workers, and all that other stuff. And make sure you share the podcast to your friends, your workers, wives, husbands, boyfriends, girlfriends, and all that good stuff with the audio streaming platforms, with the link that says Linktree/Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast. And make sure you tune in every Sunday at 6 p.m. on YouTube. We're gonna have more stuff to talk about here, man. You know what I'm saying? And and like I said, man, when it comes to podcasting, man, it's very therapeutic and it's very important. Like I said, make sure you have your water with you. I know I have my water with me so my throat don't get dry though, man. So, I'm gonna get hydrated and shit like that. So, and like I said, man, look, the grind does not stop along with hard work, man. Hard work and the grind does not stop, man. And trust the process, man. Of course, make sure you take care of your loved ones, your friends, wives, husbands, girlfriends, boyfriends, all that other good stuff, man. And all that stuff. Mentally, physically, and spiritually. Because mental health is important and all that other stuff. I'm G Money Stacks. Thank you very much for tuning in and rocking with me on episode 18 MLB Relief. I'm happy that they came back, man. That it's gonna happen. Spring training starts March 19th, which is a Saturday. And April 14th is the regular baseball season, so it's back right now. So I'm gonna make some noise right here and go out with a bang right there, man. Hang on a minute. I got some more. That I want to do. Hang on a second. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Like I said, man, that's gonna do it for me, man. I'll see you guys next time in the next episode of Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast, the Sports Edition show, man. I hope you guys enjoy. Peace and one love. And have yourselves a great weekend. I hope you guys basically turn your clocks forward, which is an hour ahead. I know I had to set up my watch to an hour ahead because it was going to happen this weekend, which is the 13th, which is today. So if you forgot to switch your clocks forward, be sure you do so for your watches and your radios and all that other stuff. So you don't forget, because we're getting more daylight in spring and summertime. In the fall and winter, that's when this clock switch back to an hour. All right. That's how daylight saving times work. All right. And of course, enjoy the rest of your weekend and have yourselves a good night, man. I'm off this shit right now, man. And be careful out there, man. Be mindful of the people that you surround yourself with, whether it's in vans, subways, vans, and buses, man. And like I said, follow your dreams, trust the process. The grind does not stop. All right. Hard work pays off, man. All right. Enjoy and have yourselves a good night, man.